So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. It's Monday. Yay, Monday. I can hear it all over the world. It's just echoing, a little chain reaction like dominoes falling. Yay, it's Monday. Man, yeah, it is. It's Monday. So my name is Christopher. I'm delighted that you're here for the grid and the wine. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Today, actually, I found another year of this Domaine Moulin Saint-Jean, and this is a La Réserve, a Pédoc, and this is a really fabulous little French table wine. I had this a couple, maybe a year ago, and kind of fell in love with it because of the velvet label. I love this gold embossed, processed velvet label. It's very tactile, right? And it's palpable. And so I thought that was great. But again, yeah, for basically, you're just your standard cassis, vanilla, oak, French table wine. About mid-balanced on the tannins. It's soft. It's got a nice, nice position on the palate. Pretty much go with anything, but I would certainly recommend some spicy foods to go with it. This would go great with Mexican, or maybe something like Thai, perhaps. It all sounds good to me. I had pizza tonight, and I made my crust out of chicken. It was delicious. So let's hop into our grid and see what we got here today. So it looks like we've got an Eric Rollfing. Let me just adjust my vest. Looks like we got an Eric Rollfing construction edited by Will Shorts. Let's hop into it, see what we got for our Monday. Okay, so pester in 5 letters. Well, maybe an annoy. What do you think? Annoy, could it be annoy? Secondary social media accounts. Informally. Secondary social media accounts, huh? Okay, so undefeated boxer Ali, and I think that's Malia, but I'm not sure that I know how to spell it. Is it Layla? I just don't remember. Nervous people might chew on them, perhaps nails. So then a numbskull. Oh. We have a nitwit or a Nimrod. I don't know. I mean, I think in England it could be a ninny. So I really don't know what we've got there. Cry at a soccer stadium. How about Olay? And we have a challenging little Monday here. I'm liking this. Candied vegetable at Thanksgiving could be a yam. So until I figure out what this secondary social media accounts is, I'm not going to be able to do much with Mrs. Ali. Ms. Ali, sorry, I don't know. The DeLorean in Back to the Future as an example. Looks like we've got maybe a time machine here. It looks that way, feels that way. Unrefined metal could be ore, so that feels good. Religious pillars, maybe tenets. So you can always change it though, right? Words to live by, maybe a motto. We got mottos and tenets here. Good Lord, we're gonna create a tagline and probably design a logo, and we'll be in business. Feeling while walking in a desert, perhaps thirst. Perhaps thirst. Stadium employee who checks your tickets. I'm assuming an usher. I guess I haven't been to many stadiums or recalled the ushers. Wow, I need to get out more, I guess, really. The M of TMI must be much. Chicago Airport, named for a World War II ace, O'Hare. I don't know anything about that. I gotta look up who this ace, I'm assuming fighter pilot, was. Irish fella. I figured that much about it. AO. Oh, let's see what kind of bloody clue we got here. And so, main arteries. Oh, got lucky. Aortas. Hence the bloody clue, right? I mean, what else starts with an A-O? Of course, it could have just been that I'd fat-fingered something, but I was feeling pretty confident at the time. More achy. Oh, sorer. I feel like I'm a Brit trying to say saw. I sorer. A drawing. Yeah, numbskull. So we've got a Nimrod. And so I guess this would be Layla. And I guess these would be alts. Nikon F2 for short, an SLR. I've got one of those as well. Furniture item that's usually next to a drill. And can you see it in there? I mean, is it just me? The one thing I like about Wheel of Fortune is being able to slowly figure out the puzzle before anybody else does. The phrase or what have you. I think this is a dentist's chair. I don't mind if I'm wrong. I figure, yeah, I'd probably get a few kudos for even trying, you know. Jog my memory. How about remind me? Remind me. Why are we talking about giving you a raise again? Ambient music pioneer Brian Eno. And Disney film featuring Dwayne Johnson as the voice of Maui. I don't know. I guess this would be Moana. Cannot say that I've seen it. I blush to say I have not seen it. QB, miscue. How about an interception? And Saudi Arabia making an appearance today. What's left after chopping down a tree? How about a stomp? And enero o abril. So January or April, maybe a month. So in Spanish, mes. And big name in farming equipment, John Deere, and it's a big name here in Germany. Let me tell you what, you see a lot of green tractors that say John Deere on them. Business that may offer podicures. Oh, that's clever. How about a pet spa? Let's go with a pet spa today. Gotta get the Fido here, a podicure. I don't know. Has anybody ever known a dog named Fido? I mean, I've never even said sorer. I've always maybe just said more sore, or man, I'm still sore. Gosh, this is the worst soreness I've, something like that. I don't know, sorer doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth. Australian hopper for short could be a roo. And information for a loan officer. And again, this is great. We got, I think, credit history here. So, credit history. And one name singer of Chandelier 2014. And I bet you that's Shaw. Hoedown settings could be Barnes. And purple superfood. Is this an Akai? As easy as ABC. I guess I don't know what color Kai is, so that's the problem that I'm having here. But proof of purchase for an auto owner could be a car title. And so I'm going to go ahead and assume we got into Kai here. And it's nice to learn today that Akai is purple. I don't think I knew that. I really don't. 406 for the entire state of Montana would be an area code. So, blank de Lempica Art Deco painter, and that's Tamara. I think she's if you've not seen her work, it's fabulous. It's fabulous, and she is known for a plethora of quotes too. Just an amazing individual. Most factual. Maybe how about truest? So, China's most grown crop, I'm assuming rice. Prison outbreak. Oh, what do you think? Maybe a riot? Who am I to judge? Okay, nice. I'm surprised that wasn't Lance Ito. Lance Ito, the judge that presided over the O.J. Simpson trial back in the mid-90s, early 90s, can't remember the year, but maybe 93, 94. I don't remember the year. I was in college at the time, so it had to be, early 90s. I mean, I just don't know. Up there in years, okay, some of us resemble that remark. Stop it. Garment at a merch table, how about a tea? And speaking of merch, ours is coming. I'm trying to decide on, I guess I'm going to have to just order a bunch of stuff and see what I like, because I don't want, crappy t-shirts going out. Well, got to do something. I'm trying to make it nice. I've known them forever. I don't know. Maybe, if I had to guess, maybe we go way back. We'll see. Once existed was. All right. And open as a tube of toothpaste, perhaps uncap. Plains parking spot. I guess we're talking about a hangar. And what do we got here? Carne asada. Very nice. So then final passage of a symphony would be a coda. And wander from the group could be to stray. And so I think not at home would be away. So I think we go way back. And let's see, boo, blank, triumphant shout, maybe booyah. Unwelcome sound in a crowded subway car. A chew, maybe? Pre-AD in dating, okay, this could be before the Common Era. Typically how I would use that, CE and BCE. Considers as a court case, perhaps hears. And so some USC bout enders would be technical knockouts. Got together, perhaps met. Looks like we got a Yamaha going down at 48. Manufacturer of pianos and motorcycles. Isn't it just fun to guess that when you're looking at the clue? Like right now, 51 down right next to it. I mean, what do you say that's probably decor? And at that, if that's decor, so we would have at 50 across, SO-blank-AD. I've got this ER coming down at 22 down that would be in the center of that 5-letter word. And it could be like a P or a T or something like that, but I bet you anything that's maybe an S. I bet. Let's see. Interior designer's focus, of course. Such a shame. So sad. Very nice. Okay. Asthmatics devices or perhaps inhalers. And so the L of 20 across, that would be a lens. And had but didn't divulge as information, perhaps to have sat on. Some are hospital staffers, and of course, my darling bride. So we got a legal pad. Companion who might wear a corsage or boutonniere, and I'm assuming this would be a prom date. I wonder if there's a reason that a legal pad tends to be, perhaps stereotypically, yellow. I just wonder why that is. I don't know, and that's something I've got to know. So I've learned that an acai berry is purple. I need to know more about O'Hare too in Chicago. And why is a legal yellow pad yellow? I gotta know. So a skin scrape would probably be an abrasion. As such, leave it open. Clean it, but leave it open. Farmers market setups, stands, must-haves during heat waves for short. Where did I see that? I just saw a clue. Where was it? I just swear I just saw the clue, must-haves for a heat wave, and I don't know where that's at. So Apple desktop computer could be an iMac, and Sports figure informally called a ribby. Maybe an RBI? Like a run batted in? Baseball? So we got there's disc golf here. And Apple desktop computer would be an iMac, not a CMac. So what have I done? Stands. I could have sworn I saw this must-have during a heat wave. Maybe was it an AC? I don't know why I'm freaking out about it, but it seems like I should know where that's at. And oh, it's up here. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. Must-haves during heat waves. It's because I filled it in already. Well, I feel like if I fat-fingered that, I could have fat-fingered anything, so I'm preparing myself for having to go back. Desktop computer for iMac. Let's see, how do we do, Bob? Whew. Dodged that bullet. Good thing I caught that CMac and turned it into an iMac, right? Very clever grid today, Eric Bowling, Rollfing. Very, very clever. Yeah, I do. I've got to find out about yellow legal pads. I got to figure out who O'Hare is, and I found out that acai berries are purple. So I've got my homework to do here, but that's what I just love about the crossword. I'm constantly learning something from them. Doesn't matter what day of the week. You know, sometimes you get to doing these for a long time and you think to yourself, oh, yeah, I just got to wait for the Saturday to come around and really give me my knowledge. You know, well, I think having studied Stoics and other philosophies during my humanities courses during undergraduate, I can say right now that, I think if you're a truly emotionally, if you got a high emotional quotient, right? You know, if your emotional IQ score is higher, you would never consider something to be true like, I already knew that, or I have nothing really left to learn. You know, I mean, it seems like the more we know, the more we realize, or we should realize, that we don't know anything, right? You know, and so that's the mind-blowing part of it, right? The more you dig into a subject, the more you realize, I'll never get to the end of this one, right? It's really a fascinating thing. And so learning is something that I hope I'm doing until my very last breath. I can just see me sitting hooked up to some sort of morphine pump and watching, I don't know, the great courses or something, trying to learn Swahili or something, right? You know, with weeks to live. It would not surprise me at all, right? You know, because it's one of the things that makes living, makes life, makes our existence so remarkable is learning and experiencing, especially when it comes to other cultures and people, their traditions, the foods, right? The music, everything. It's just in the language. Gosh, the language, right? So we'll bring down our Benny de adieu. And until we see you on the morrow for the Tuesday grid, I hope it's as challenging, if not more so, than today's. Let's put it that way. Today was a very challenging Monday. But until we'll see plus facts. Until we see you tomorrow for the Tuesday grid, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Take care of yourselves.